All right, man. It's the one and only DJ Chase, the pregame party miss podcast, right here on WDJC DB, DJ Chase Radio, YouTube, DJ Chase TV, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But enough of all that, man. We got the one, the only, the super talented, the Bronx hip hop artist, Beyond Riddlez. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, Chase? DJ Chase.
It was good.
I'm all right, man. I can't complain. Life is good. Another year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah. Like I said, 2022 was a crazy year. The last 2 years from 2020 has been a crazy year. But I want people to know who you are. I want people to kind of like get a feel of who Beyond Riddlez is, and a little bit of your backstory. So we're gonna start from where you started from. You were born in the Bronx, correct?
Yeah, Lincoln Hospital to be exact.
Oh, Lincoln. Copy. Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, what part of the Bronx are you repping? You repping South Bronx, North Bronx, West Bronx? What's up?
South Bronx.
South Bronx.
Well, all of the Bronx, to be honest with you, but man, I'm from the South Bronx.
Copy. And I want to say this too. How was it growing up for the Bronx? Because for you in the Bronx, like everybody's experience is different. Like I was raised in the Bronx a little bit. So how was growing up in the Bronx for you?
Growing up in the Bronx, for me, you learn to stay out of trouble. You learn one or two things about yourself.
Mm.
It's like playing with a hot stove. You either learn to continue to play with the hot stove until it blows up in your face, or you just, you stay away from the hot stove after you got burned once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life wasn't crazy. I didn't have this crazy, extravagant life. I had a few fights at school every here and there, but who didn't? You from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So, that happened. But aside from that, it wasn't nothing. Life wasn't too crazy, by the grace of God. It wasn't too crazy, but it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't too crazy.
For sure, man. And I gotta ask this. We gonna start like this: Tupac or DMX?
Tupac. Sorry.
Why Tupac?
Because I feel like that's like asking Kobe or Jordan. I'm gonna go with Jordan because that's an offspring of the GOAT. That's why I would say it like that.
Copy. And I want to ask too, man. Besides Tupac and DMX, man, who else did you listen to growing up? Like being for the Bronx, once again, I'm an implant. I'm between Harlem and the Bronx. Hybrid. Who did you listen to growing up in the Bronx?
I like listening to a variety of people. Growing up, mainly, I like to listen to. I listen to some Special Ed. Special Ed is storytelling, what drew me to him.
Yeah.
Special Ed is dope. Who else? Of course, DMX. And I didn't really Snoop Dogg. I like to listen to Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Eminem storytelling crazy. I like it.
For sure. And we kind of started music around 2006. Like I started about 2005, 2006 as well. What made you want to be an artist yourself? Like what made you say, you know what, I'm just chilling, especially at that time, because not everybody wanted to be an artist. So what made you want to be an artist?
Well, I started in church, right?
Copy.
I was doing poetry, figured out how to tweak some syllables. And once I figured out how I sounded, once I realized I like how I sound on gospel records, God rest my pastor's soul, he wound up passing. So I went astray and started doing regular music. And the first regular couple of songs that I've done weren't all of that good, but I sound. I like sound, so I continue to do it. And then I gradually got better, and I'm still getting better. I was in a talent development center. I don't know if it was called Versatile Inc. They're still my knowledge. They interviewed me during COVID, as a matter of fact.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was dope. And it helped me mold my craft. Like, so they had me learning I had to learn about DJs like Danger Mouse, compared Danger Mouse to Swiss Beats, you know what I'm saying? So I was being molded. I was making beats. It took me forever to come up with a bar, you know what I mean? So it's like
I
had those days where I just came up with nothing. So it was hard, and sometimes I still have the writer's block. But to answer your question, I took it serious after my pastor died.
Gotcha.
And I realized I really had a passion for it and I was good at it. That was take it serious.
Copy. Now, what's your favorite era? You like the 90s better or you like the 2000s better?
Oh, the 90s.
90s?
Copy.
Granted,
I was born in 89, but, you know,
yeah.
90s is way better than because the 2000s was good too, but the South had it in the 2000s, the early 2000s, if you think about it a little.
You think so?
Yeah, with the Lean with it, Rock with it, or the Brat, all of them dudes, the Boozy at the time.
Yeah. For sure. And how did you come up with the name Beyond Riddles? Like, that's a cool name. What made you come up with the name Beyond Riddles?
Glad you asked that. All right, you remember this? It was a cartoon called Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that's my joint.
All right, so Batman, it was Batman Beyond, so I took the Beyond, and then Riddler was one of Batman's ops, so I took the Riddler, and I took the R out and put the S, and then the S became a Z, so it's Beyond Riddles, so it came from Batman, for those who ever wanted to know where that name came from.
Wait a minute, your name came from Batman?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's funny. And you know, like you've been out for a while, you've been rocking for a while. I know you've been doing, like I said, 2006. You know, but you don't really have a lot of music on streaming. Is there a reason for that, or you just like don't want to put like your old stuff on streaming?
Honestly, the business is discouraging, right? Now, so I'm slowly getting into it. Yeah. But the part of rap makes you not want to rap. It makes well for me, not you. I don't want to put anybody, but it makes me feel as though if I have to focus on so much of this, I lose the passion and the fire and the flame to want to do this. The art is. So once I fell back a little bit, once I just honed in on the creativity part, I said, you know what, this is something I love doing, so I'm gonna just keep doing it anyway. And for those who do have me on their platforms, and shout out to my guy Joe the Poet, and for those who do have me on their platforms, I gladly appreciate it because they gave me a platform to be able to be heard. It's the reason I'm here now with you, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and we actually going to talk about that too, because I was going to ask you too, like, do you like the pre-social media era of music better, or you feel it's easier now?
I like the pre-social media era better, but I wasn't out there like how the dudes that I know who were out there like selling CDs and stuff like that. But it is easier now. I think it is easier now. But if it's so easy right now, why is that I'm not on the platform, right?
Yeah.
You get discouraged. You know, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know how everything works just yet. But I'm in the process of figuring everything out, if that makes sense. But I don't.
Yeah, because you know what it's like. If people listen to this interview, or people are going to listen to this interview, and they're going to see it, and they're going to be like, "Well, why does he have so much music? Why does he have not too much music out?" You know. But my thing is like, what do you say? Okay, what makes it discouraging for you besides the business part? Like, because I feel like the business and the music go hand in hand. If that makes any sense.
That comes, you see, you're speaking from a place of experience. I'm speaking from a place of, I'm honestly, I don't even have an answer for that question. You said it goes hand in hand. It wasn't a business when I started to do it.
Gotcha.
Like again, I came out of church doing it.
Gotcha. You know okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha.
So then I eventually started to come out of pocket for studio, and then it became, you know, so it does go hand in hand, but as far as like going about, you know, the streams and all of that extra stuff and how it works and how they say it's a numbers game, honestly, I feel like the numbers matter to an extent. I feel like relationships, I'm pretty sure you've heard this mad times, relationships matter more than the money.
I would say that personally from experience that relationships matter more than money.
Yeah, you say you would say that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so if, for example, you could have 50,000 followers, you know what I'm saying, and one song out on all streaming platforms or something like that. Not you, I'm just saying in the general sense.
I know what you mean.
And then I could have the followers that I have now, which is like 100-something followers, right? But it's not about the following. It's about who you know. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? I get a lot of artists that hit me up, and a lot of people who ask me about the music business, and I tell them all the time, like, I think the number one reason why a lot of artists get discouraged or why they feel like a failure is because they always comparing themselves to somebody else. So like with me, what made me so successful was I never compare myself to nobody. Like I never said I may admire somebody's music as a fan, but I never wanted to be that person. So I always made my own way in this business, you know?
That's dope. And I feel the same way. Like I definitely don't compare myself. People thinking, yo, it's a numbers thing. It's a number. Yo, what's your numbers doing?
Trust me, you'd be surprised how many people like big artists hit me up, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay." It's all smoke and mirrors at the end of the day.
Right. But I don't toot my own. I don't toot my own horn. Like I have a phobia. So like I'll go through my following and I'll delete bots. I'll delete things that I'm like, what is this? So that's probably another reason that my tremendous.
Yeah.
So I'm not stressed about that. I just enjoy doing the music though, bro. And I appreciate you having me on your platform.
For sure. And I also want to ask you, like I said, you performed in Texas, Philly, Massachusetts. You opened up for Corey Guns. You opened up for Joyner Lucas. Where was your favorite place to perform?
I would say South by Southwest for Corey Guns with my boy Joe the Poet, and SOBs also with Joe the Poet. Those were my favorite experiences. Because number one, that's another thing. Like a lot of people, well, nobody knows. My first ever on a plane was for South by Southwest.
So there you go. So how would you feel discouraged if music took you all the way to South by Southwest? So your first time on the plane. Why do you feel discouraged then? If you see where music can take you, right?
Right.
There you go. So you got to use that as motivation. You feel me?
Yeah, that's definitely motivation. So that was, to this day, that was still the first time I've ever been on a plane.
Crazy. But listen, music, that's what music does. That's the power of music and creativity and art. That's the power of it. You know what I'm saying? So always look at it from that perspective. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Now let's get into some music, man. The new single, Who Asked You, with Opinion and Novel Hooli the GOAT, man. How did that record come about?
Honestly, I was on the road with my boy Opinion, and we like to write on the road or whatever. And then he threw the beat on. We was looking through beats on YouTube or whatever, and he threw the beat on, and I said, "Oh." I skimmed through my phone, and I found that verse. Cause I'll show you my phone. Well, actually, I was on the phone but if I told you this phone, there's a bunch of rhymes that I haven't like used yet, and I just it went with the beat. He wrote his like a week later, or actually, I think he wrote his on the road, and then he wound up booking a session. Shout out to Opinion. He booked the session. He was like, "Yo, just show up, bro." I showed up to the session. We knocked it out, and then Hooli did his verse shortly after that, and it was a fun record. That record was fun to make. The whole creation process of it was fun, and shout out to that. And
and the video, like I said, the video was fire and everything like that too. So he already had the beat. You know who produced it or no?
Oh, damn! I'm glad you asked that. No, I'm unsure of who produced it, but I definitely know it was a YouTube beat. I definitely know that.
Copy. Now I want to ask this right now. Beyond Riddlez is a unique individual. You know what I'm saying? New York to the fullest, to the core, a hardworking brother. What does Beyond Riddlez want out of this business? Like, what do you say? Like so you came out of the church, you took it, you've been doing it and building it. What do you exactly want out of the business?
What I want out of it is the therapy that I'm continuing to get. The therapy that I'm getting right now is like to continue to get out of it. Like it's therapeutic for me. So when I'm not at work, or if I'm not with the family, or some type of bills or whatever, with a little miscellaneous bread that I have to put to the side to be able to do this music thing, that's what I want to continue to do. You know what I mean? What I from the music itself is to be able to relate to others. You know what I mean? That's all. Like whether it be party music, whether it be heartfelt music, but I'm gonna start getting into more heartfelt music. So people know me more personally.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I feel like once again, as far as with me, the technology now is endless to be successful in music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it. You know. And do you like being on the stage better, or you like the studio better?
Well, my anxiety acts up on this during the stage, but I like the stage, but I prefer to record. I like to write, record. And now my new favorite thing to do is the videos. The videos.
Got you. Well, the new clip you sent me is pretty dope, so I'm actually waiting for the whole joint of that. That is the whole one is out yet? Or no?
No.
It's not out yet, right?
The whole thing's not out yet. We still the works is still getting marketed and stuff like that, chopped up and all of that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Yeah, next video I'm in there. I'm in the next video, so I gotta make a cameo for you.
Hate that. Yo, you heard it right here on DJ.
For sure, man. And before we get out of here, man, your goal for 2023, we got a full project, or what's up? We getting some solo beyond Riddlez music coming out? What's up?
I should be coming out with singles throughout the year, sporadically throughout the year.
Copy.
I'm definitely gonna be and then eventually it'll form into one whole project.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I also want to ask this too. You know, you said that you're not a big fan of the business side, but do you want to stay independent, or you think about maybe like pitching or trying to, you know, sneak in there to the major label situation or a sign situation? In quotes.
I think I would like. Now, hold up. First of all, shout out to Joe the Poet.
My guy Joe.
I will forever rep Side House. Shout out to Opinion and Broke Boys the label. But I will forever represent Side House. However, I'm gonna stay in. I'd rather stay independent. You know what I mean? Because I don't. A wise man just told me recently. He said, "Too many hands in the cookie jar is not a good
thing." that sound like a smart guy right there. And my very last question, man, before we get out of here is, you know, like I said, you're a vet, just like I am in this game. You know, I feel like anybody over 10 years in this business is a vet. You know, what advice do you have for anyone trying to get into the music business today?
Stop being so thirsty for the money, because of the relationships that you build. You can burn bridges over the money. Yep. Money is only a tool used to keep relationships that you acquire and you want to keep.
There you go. My guy Beyond Riddlez, man. Tell the people where they can find you, where the producers can send the beats, how any shows coming up. Plug everything, man.
You can find me on _ Beyond Riddlez with a Z on Instagram, and on SoundCloud Beyond Riddlez with the S.
Copy.
Correct that. Don't worry, I got you, Chase.
Yeah, man. Nah, man. Thank you. Like I said, once again, we're gonna do this again, brother. You know, like I said, I want people to kind of know who you are. I want people, because you don't really have too many interviews, so I want people to kind of feel, you know, get a feel for you, because you're, like I said, you're a very humble, have a lot of humility and a very humble guy. So, you know, you have dope music, and like I said, shout out to my guy Joe the Poet. That's the guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Word, man. You know what it is, man. It's DJ Chase, the Pregame Party Miss podcast, right here on WDJCDB, DJ Chase Radio. My guy Beyond Riddlez, the Who Asked You single out now. Opinion novel, Hooli the GOAT on all streaming platforms. Get that DJ Chase merch, get that DJ Chase Radio merch, DJChase.net, Spotify podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and YouTube DJ Chase TV. Yeah.
All right, shout out to my dude Moody too.